Unrecognizable makeup is great, but what about like sweetie girl makeup? That like girly, fresh, innocent, youthful makeup that literally looks like a breath of fresh air. I'm gonna show you exactly how to achieve that kind of makeup. I'm convinced it looks good on everyone and it's so simple. The skin to look juicy, plump. So I'm going in with my Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Then for that natural glow, I'm taking my Iconic London Underglow Primer. I just want like an even complexion. I'm taking my Chanel Ultra Le Temps Foundation. It's skin-like, but it still gives like a decent amount of coverage. For concealer, again, we want to be minimal. We also do want to look bright and lifted. I'm taking my Hourglass Concealer, placing it on the outsides of my eyes and the center of my face. Blending that out with the Hourglass Concealer brush. Concealer was in the shade Birch. I know someone's gonna ask me. I'm just kind of pressing it into my skin to keep the concentration of the product exactly where I placed it. I'm just going in with like a big fluffy brush, buffing in all the edges so there's no weird harsh lines. To also just give a really pretty soft appearance to your concealer, which is what we want. To add a little bit of shadow back into my face, I'm going in, of course, with my Westman Atelier contour. Not starting at the hairline, I'm going right here, kind of hugging the cheekbone, a little under the brow bone. Not really trying to like slim and snatch the face, just aiming to like softly lift and bring back the shadow that we naturally have. I'm gonna add blush later, so I'm just lightly setting my face. Still doing my backwards setting technique, but just being even more, if possible, light-handed. For eyes, we again want to keep it like light and minimal. And I'm going to take a taupe shade just to kind of add a little bit of warmth and structure back into my eye. A little on the lower lash line. Then to bring a little bit more life or like warmth to the eyelid, I'm taking one of my favorite shades. It's from Chanel, number 248. I'm focusing that mainly on my lid space, but I am going to drag up and out with that a little bit, kind of merging it with the taupe shade. Then with kind of like a white or bone colored shade, I'm gonna add that to my inner corner and also kind of along the orbital bone right here. This just really brightens up the eye. Then starting from the outer half of my lash line, I'm gonna add a small wing with a light brown shade, really just to add volume to the lash line. Just kind of pressing and tucking it next to my lashes until I get to the outer part of my lid, and then winging it out. Redefining a few beauty marks, adding a few freckles. You don't have to do this. I've honestly just been loving how this looks for like a very playful girly look, and I like to use eyeshadow. This little precise brush from Danielle J. Brushing my brows up with some clear brow gel. You want to do something that's like natural and not too structured, but also like do what you want, do what you think looks best on your face. You guys know I always say that just to remind you, do what you actually like. Taking a little bit of this L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace highlighting stick, just pressing it onto the lid. This will give a very subtle, like pearlescent finish. Also give a really beautiful and natural sheen to your eyelid. And while we're here, I'm gonna add a little bit to my nose. And then my favorite spot, which is right here, this little crevice, like under the wing area. Just love how it catches the light. And a little to the chin. Blush placement is really everything for this look. Taking the Westman blush in the shade Chouchette, placing it in the center of my cheeks, but dragging down ever so slightly. Make sure it's still in the center of your face, not over here. Really gives that look of like full, plump, youthful cheeks. I also like to do a little smile, just so I know exactly when to stop blending. Don't be afraid to blend down. This is like really a natural blush placement, a youthful blush placement, and nobody blushes up here, let's be real. And just pressing the pigment into my skin rather than like dragging it. Just pressing in the smallest amount of the Mario Skin Enhancer. Going in with the Rhode Lip Shape in the shade Lunge. Very subtly contouring my lips. This is kind of like my Your Lips But Better shade. I don't want to go like too brown or too cool toned. You really just want something that looks natural. I'm going to take this Fenty lip balm in the shade Hibiscus and just tap it into the center of my lip. A little bit of setting spray. Just because this is a natural look doesn't mean we don't have to use setting spray. Going in with the Impeccable one from ABH. The lightest coat of a brown mascara. I'm using YSL Lash Clash. Okay, we're all done. It's giving feminine, it's giving youthful, it's giving natural and girly, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm actually convinced this routine will look good on anyone who tries it. So let me know if you do try it out. You guys, I'll see you in another video. Bye.